Great. So the task is asking us to generate one page-based website that hosts only welcome message that we have to format using the CSS. So we will interrelate the CSS to PHP to finalize the formatted message and display it. Let's do so. Let's dig in. I'm going to share you my entire screen in order to tell you all the steps and let you be aware of all the steps. To do so, actually, I'm going to start the notepad. So we are utilizing an online interpreter, so we are going to begin and save the file, create the file and save it in anywhere in our computer in a location that we used early in the prior times. Then after we utilize the online interpreter to test, to visualize the output. My HTML body, my header, my title, let's say, I'm gonna let me write here the title. Let's say Niswa University. Great. I'm gonna close my head, and then after I'm gonna start my body. In my body, we are going to close this body and we'll do everything inside, but let me close everything. HTML, yes. Good. Inside the body, I'm gonna open up my PHP. My yes, PHP. In here, we're going to do all what we want. So we are learning PHP. We can actually, the solution to the task is not only to be done, we cannot do it using only one way. No, we have a variety of ways to do it. So we are learning PHP, so let's do it in PHP only. So echo, the famous output predefined method. In between the double quotations, I'm going to say welcome to our university website. University website. Great. Welcome. Exclamation mark. So this is the message that would be displayed like it is. We're going to format it in a while. Let me save and test the file, but I'm going to save in the same location. So file save as for web application labs. Yes, I'm going to utilize this same directory. I'm going to use the name UON home. But PHP, it's a predefined name, UON home. But the extension, we have to use the same. No modifications. Yes, confirm that. Has been saved. Okay, let's test it, and later on we will make the updates. For now, let's test it to see the output. So I'm gonna dig in the online domain we used to use, Maze Bomb. Let's use the Dirabay, I believe. Yes, lecturing is the one. Yes, so this is the domain we're going to use, the online domain. I'm customizing it for our class, for our purpose only. So I'm going to share with you this this domain later on you can utilize. So I'm going to test, choose the file where I saved. Okay, there it is, all labs, yes. I nominated UON home, this is the file. So double click, has been selected, upload, done. I'm going to test. Welcome to our university website. Great. The message has been means the file works very fine. The file works very fine. Great. I'm gonna come back and leave it like it is. I'm gonna come back to the file. I'm gonna make the necessary modification. First of all, actually, I need the thing to be displayed as a centered content. So I'm gonna put it center. So center. See where I'm writing the center. It's an HTML tag. See where I'm writing it. and I'm going to close it here. Great. I'm going to save. File save only now. File save only. I'm going to use the same name. Save only. Save modification. The same name. I come back, then previous, then choose the same file. Here it is. Yes, upload. Test. Yes, has been centered. Has been centered. Has been centered. Okay, now I'm going to start deploying the CSS format, and actually the PHP role has been done. We need to display a message. A web page has been created that holds a welcome message. خلاص, we finished the task. The task that we have to do in PHP. Now the second part, which is the formatting. We have to format. Now we have to make this message to be formatted using CSS. We are required to do the necessary formatting to display it differently. Centered, yes, but we did not use the center. We did not use CSS here. It's simple HTML. We did not use CSS. Now let's use the CSS in order to finalize the formatting. I'll start by changing the color of the text, and later on I'll do different things. So to do so, this message, I'm going to put it in a tag, in an HTML tag that I can control. See what I'm going to do. Here, after the center, I'm going to add a div. But I'm going to use a span. So less than. This span means we continue the same process. After the center, we continue. I close it here at the end. That's closed. Nothing happens. I'm going to save to show you that the span, it does not do anything. It continues. The span, it's a block to continue from where we stopped. I'm using this span. Why? To have the chance to give this message external, let's say, scripts to link it to the to be able to link it to the CSS. I'll tell you how. So this span so far it does not do anything. So I saved. I'm going to test again to show you that it does not do anything. Upload, test, same output. Nothing different. See, I'm gonna inspect. See the span. Here it is. See the span. It's available. It does not do anything. Nothing is visible. Nothing completely is visible. So it is available. So far, it does not do anything. But we are going to utilize this span now to link the CSS to this block, to the PHP block. Why? Because the message is displayed inside the PHP block completely. We cannot write CSS here immediately. No, we have to respect the syntax. How to write that? Okay, I'm gonna give I'm gonna do the thing actually in different ways. I'm gonna do the thing different ways. First of all, I'm gonna start by using a style block. Style equal double quotations, and in between here, this is actually error. I'll tell you later how to fix, actually, because we are utilizing double quotation inside double quotation, that it will give us an error. I'll show you later. We'll receive the error in order to make you understand, and then after we'll fix it. The style, I'm going to give, first of all, the color. I'm going to show you the color. I'm going to use this CSS property color. I'm going to say color, for example, red or green. Let's use green. Green, semicolon. So this is a CSS. I'm applying a style. I'm going to save, file save. Yes, I did. Let me come back, previous, choose the file again. University of Lisbon, home, upload, test. I have an error. I told you that we have an error. I told you that this is a server error. Actually, why? Because the syntax we use is not correct. What happened? Inside the double quotations, we cannot use double quotations. Either we have to use single quotations, or we have to use the escaping characters. Let's use this. Let's do the first solution. Use single quotations, and let's save. So we open with single and we close with single. Save. Good. Let's test again. Previous. Upload. University of Missouri home, upload. The file has been uploaded. Let's test. It's in green. There is no error. It has been changed to green and it's not errored. Now we know the kind of errors that we may face inside the because of the PHP, and we know how to fix it. Let's continue. I'm going to maximize the font size to be actually double this size, the double of this size. To do so, after the semicolon here, inside the CSS block, inside here, I'm going to add font size, font minus size. This is the CSS property colon. I'm going to give, for example, 2 electronic measurements, 2EM, semicolon. I wrote this block, font size, colon, 2EM. What is 2EM? 2 electronic measurements. This is actually a unit to test or to use as if I'm writing that the text would be in this size, 32 pixels. Something like this, I believe. So I'm going to utilize the 2EM to respect the CSS. File save, and I'm going to test again. Previous. Upload the file. Then test, upload, test. See the size. It is double. It is double the size it was. I'm going to change it to very small. I'm going to change it to a very small text. See what I'm going to do. I'm going to, instead of writing 2EM, I'm going to say, for example, 0.1. Very small. 0.1 EM. Sorry, file save only. File save. Yes, come back. The previous. Choose the file again. Upload it. Yes, has been uploaded. Test. See the size. It is very small. Absolutely. It is very small. Let me return it to be double size. No, not double, but let it be 1.5. Let it be 1.5. 1.5. 1.5 is very okay. Save. Previous. Choose the file again. And we upload it. Then we test. Yes, here acceptable. I don't want it to be on top, available on top of the page. I need it to be in the middle of the page. I'm going to add CSS content or control to make the message be in the middle of the page. Yes, remember that still we are inside the PHP block. Here after this semicolon, I'm going to add the CSS, let's say, property to bring it down a little bit. I'm going to say top, let's say 50%. 50% semicolon. What does it mean? Means we are going to give the space from top, half of the page, 50%. Let's save. File, save, and let's come back previous. Use the file again. Upload. Has been done. Test. There is a problem here. Actually, what I'm going to do, because of if I inspect, the property is there. Here it is. It is available. It has been said, but it's not showing anything. If I want to change from percentage, for example, I'm not going to use percentage. I'm going to use. I'm going to say, for example, 100px, not percentage. It's not having any impact. It's not having any impact. So there is a problem here. The problem is that this top function or the top property does not work by itself. We have to give position. We have to give position to be position fixed. Position. Let's say relative. I'm going to use relative position. Relative to whom? Relative to the body. Relative position to the body. From top, we give 50%. I'm going to test it here. Otherwise, I want to put it before the top. Let me test this way. Save again. Come back. Previous. Choose the file. Yes. Chosen. Upload. Test. Still. Did it have impact? Yes, here it is. The position is visible here. Still, it's not having any impact. I'm going to change the position to be at the beginning. give it priority. Come back to the file. So this one, see, I'm gonna drag, I'm gonna cut it, cut, and put it here before the top, paste. So it is before the top now. I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna see the impact. Publisher, yes, saved. Did I save? Come back, previous, choose, website, upload, yes, test. No impact. What does it mean? It means actually this property here, those properties here, does not have any impact on this block for now. The syntax it's very correct. Otherwise, it would have given us an error. But it is not having any impact. I'm gonna change completely. I'm gonna delete all of this. I'm gonna change the option 2. See, margin up, margin top. I'm just doing and repeating and making the thing actually, I'm showing you errors and fixing them just to make you learn, for the purpose of making you learn, no more, no less. So save, margin top 50%. I saved or not? Yes, saved. Come back, previous, choose the file. Just choose and upload it, test it now. Nothing is there. Let me inspect to see the effect. Yes, it is there. Margin, is it there available or not? Center, span, here it is, and here is margin top 50%. Top 50%. That's great. Nothing has happened, but the property is there. So I'm going to change the way how I'm writing. To have, actually, this one it has to work. Let's check why it did not work. Actually, I'm going to change the way how I'm writing the CSS. This is the first way. Inside the span, I use a style property, and I give it some properties to this message. Inside the same PHP, at the end, after this statement, the new echo, I'm going to use new echo. I'm going to say it's another message I'm going to use. There we wrote welcome to our university website. Here I'm going to type Nizwa. Welcomes you. Welcomes you. Welcomes you. Great. Nizwa University welcomes you. It's another message. I'm going to save and test immediately, very quickly. Previous. To the same file. Okay, upload it. Has been done. Test. Yes, Nizwa University welcomes you. It's there. Now I'm gonna do the style for this message, but differently. Okay, I'm gonna add here a div. I'm gonna use a div. I'm gonna use a span. Let's use a span. The same. In order not to give you different tags and make you feel confused. I open a span and I closed. Span, what is it? It's an HTML tag. We'll continue on what we were doing actually earlier. It does not have to give us any interruption. What does it mean? It means if I display it, will display the same thing? Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to save. See, I'm going to save. I come back here. Before I come back, let me inspect this part. This Nizwa. Nizwa, here it is. Nothing. There is no property here. There is no property here to display. No CSS. I'm going to close. Now let me inspect. Did I see the span? There is no span. There is no span before the Nizwa. Before the Nizwa University welcomes you. There is no span here. There is no span here. Let's come back and upload it again after we saved. Yes, test. Still, it's the same thing, but when I inspect, there is a span here. See, the span has appeared. The span has appeared because we wrote it, but it does not give any. It does not give any impact. The same message is displayed with the same format, left side. Why? Because the span does not do anything. We use it to control. We use it to continue on what it was, and we can control the content using this part. So how to do the control? See, I'm not gonna use a style here. I'm gonna add an ID for this block. I'm gonna use an ID equal double quotations. I'm gonna say, for example, here a message 2, message 2. The ID of this block or this message here, Nizwa University welcomes you. Message number 2, the ID. What is the error in this block is the double quotations. The double quotations, they are errored. Why they are errored? Because they are double quotations inside double quotations. Let's test to make you see the error by yourself. Previous is the file. Load, test. Server error, absolutely. Let's come back. Previous. Before we upload the file, we have to change the double quotations into single quotation. Yes. Save now. File save. Choose the file again. Upload it. Yes. Test. Yes. Everything happened. Let me inspect this message. The span is there and the ID is there. The message 2. Here it is. Great. Great then great. Great then great. Great then great. Great then great. Good. Let's do the necessary styling, color and position and let's say margin and so on, but differently, not using this style now. See, we have an ID and this ID has a name. We are going to use this ID to impose CSS content to this block fully. How to? Before the PHP, inside the header here, inside the header, before the body, even inside the header, here I'm going to add a style tag and closed. Style tag and here I'm going to do the necessary CSS, yes, cascade and styling sheet for this block. How to link it using the ID. How to do so? See, I'm going to copy this name to use it and to give it a style here. Paste. And we have a start and end block of CSS. Here in between, we are going to give the necessary style to this block. Let's start with the color. The same thing I'm going to write. Color, space, I'm going to say here red or blue. Let's use blue. I like the color blue. Then I'm going to say what the font size, yes, font size. I'm going to say 1 EM only, 1 EM only, 1 EM only. I'm going to say, or let's give it 3 EM. Let's see the size again. Two properties, and let's save. Save, and let's test now. There will be actually no effect because there is something missing, but I'll show you. Upload, test, no effect. No effect. Why? Because we do not link this ID here this way. We have to know what is this ID. We have to know what is this message to. This is an ID. This is an ID. So since it is an ID, we have to indicate that this name here to be utilized as an ID. To do so, before the name we add hash. Hash here. To say that this message 2 is an ID. Otherwise, it will not do anything. It is an ID by adding this hash at the beginning. Let's save and test. Save. Let me come back. Previous. Choose the file again. Upload. Test. Yes, the effect has happened. Size is 3 EM and the color is blue. Yes, absolutely. Size is 3 EM and the color is blue. Absolutely. Let's change the color to red. Let's change the color to red, let's say, or to pink, for example. Save. Let's come back. Previous, sorry. Choose the file again. Upload. Test. Yes, pink. It has been changed to pink. It has been changed to pink. It works very fine. It works very fine now. The second message, we are controlling it within using this block here differently. The block is inside the PHP and the CSS is outside the PHP. We have a relationship. We have a relationship in between both. Great. Let's continue. I'm gonna add actually. I'm gonna change the 3DM. It's not okay. I'm gonna give it okay. For example here, 05, 05 EM, 05 EM. Yes, because it's subtitle. It's second title. I'm gonna test previous upload test test. Yes, alpha. Yeah. Let's bring it to center. Let's bring it to center. Excuse me for a while, please. Yes, I come back. Thank you. I said let's let's put it in center. I'm gonna say margin, space. I'm gonna give it auto. Means automatically to be adjusted left, right, top, down. Auto. So let's save. Let's upload the file again. Previous. To the file. University home. Upload. Test. No impact. Let's test. Let's see. Let's inspect. This is the one message two. The message two hash. Yes, the margin is auto. The margin is auto. Mm, yes, I'm gonna give it actually a width. Yes, I'm gonna give it a width. Margin 100%. Let's say. Yeah, let's give it a border first to understand why it is not working. Let's give a border to this block. So border. I'm gonna give it a border width. I'm gonna say 1 px, 1 pixel, solid, and it's let's say black green. I'm gonna use green solid to say that it is continuous line. 1 pixel is the width, the font size of the line, the border, and the green is the color. Let's save and let's test again. Previous, choose the file, upload, test. Yes, see here the border has been set. The border has been set. So why it is not given a margin to be auto? Let's change the span to understand what's the problem. To a div. It's a division. Div is a division. I'm changing not add. I'm changing to a div, to a division. Means it's a part, it's a block and a page. It's not a continuous to a continuous part to what has happened before. Now we are given a new block. Let's save. Let's test again. Previous to the file, home, upload, test it. See now, see the impact. See the impact. Actually, the div now is given 100% width. Now let's play on this one and let's give it actually to be left, the margin left to be 50% or something like that. Let's do. Let's change the margin. I'm gonna say here margin left, and 50%. Let's save. Come back. Previous. Upload the file. Test. See here. It has happened. It has happened. It is not in the center, but completely different. The view is completely different. I'm gonna hide the line. I'm gonna hide the border now. I'm gonna hide the border because I'm able to know that it has been moved. Come back. I do not need the border. The border, I do not need it. Yeah, to make it more visible, more beautiful. And also the margin out, I'm not gonna use it because the margin left give us the result. So I'm gonna use this one only. Save. Let's test again. Upload. Test. Yes, much more visible, much more coherent. Actually, the 50% is not good because it is given 50% here, and the second 50 is with the text. But let it be okay. Let it be okay. Um, okay. Actually, this way we were able to generate one page. Let's say based website that has only a welcome message. The last thing I'm gonna do here is to change the color of the background. The last thing I'm gonna do is to change the background of the background color. Yes, only that, and that's stop. The background of what? Of the body. Of the body. Here inside the CSS is still inside the CSS still beginning of the CSS before here. I'm gonna say that the body I'm gonna control body. There is no hash. Yeah, it's a body, it's a tag. So write body only. I'm gonna say background color, background color. I'm gonna say here, for example, light green, light green. Okay, semicolon. Let's test. Save. Come back. Previous. Choose the file. Upload it. Test. Nothing happened. If I inspect the body, is the body, and this is the color background color is light green. There's a problem here. I'm gonna say Alice Blue. Yes, the color name I wrote is not okay. The color name I wrote is not okay. There is nothing called light green. What I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do to choose a good color? To choose a good color? To choose a good color? I'm gonna open a new tab. I'm gonna search for color palette. Uh, Not palette, but I'm gonna color picker from W3 schools. Color picker. W3 schools. Yes, color picker. So I'm searching for a color picker. See the result. It is giving me actually the options what are the colors and with their numbers codes. We're going to utilize one color they give. I'm going to choose any color I like. For example, this one is very light. So any grade of the pink I'm going to utilize. I'm going to use this grade. This grade. This grade. What is it? Here it is. I'm going to use this code. Copy. I'm going to copy this code. I come back to my file. The background color, I'm going to delete the light green here, which is not correct. Delete and paste what I copied. Same one I copied from here, I'm going to paste here and save. Let's test again now. Let's test again. Let's test again. Previous. Choose. University of Home. Upload the file. Test. Yes, it is like what we want. So the color is very okay. This color here, I'm going to change the color of the text. Not visible. I'm going to change it to, for example, yellow here. I'm going to change this one to be yellow. Or gold. I'm going to choose gold. Gold color. Goldish. Save. Test again. Previous. Great. So home, choose, upload, test. Yes, it has been changed. Okay. We can change it to a different color also. Let it be this way. No worries. خلاص. Task number 1 we did it. Task number 1 we finalized. Let's pass to task number 2 now. Let's pass to task number 2. Task number 2 is asking us to generate a 2 pages website. 2 pages, 2 interfaces based website that has 2 interfaces. The first one is this one. The second interface would have to help the users to do the basic arithmetic operations. Math operation, yes, addition, subtraction, division, and so on. To do so, I'm gonna continue on the same work we did it, this page, but I'm gonna create a second page. I'll leave this one to be the same, and I'm gonna create a second page. I'm gonna create a second page to do the math operations. Means this page I will utilize like it is. It is the same. And the second page we are going to create. Let's create the second page. So let's create, which is actually giving us to do the math operations, addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, and so on. Yes. I'm gonna create a new notepad. Open a new notepad, just easy. Copy the full page in order to avoid the rewriting. Here's the block of HTML, the block of PHP. I don't need anything, empty. And I'm gonna save it with different name. File save as. I'm gonna say maths.php. Maths.php. Yes, the same location. I'm saving inside that same location. Good. Let's test it. Let's test it and see what's happening. Actually, what should I do? Yeah, here. I come back. Previous. Choose. It is maths. Here it is. Maths. Choose it. Maths. Upload it. Test it. Yeah, nothing. No, nothing there. Nothing there. Only the page because the maths page has the body style worker. Here message 2, we don't have message 2. We don't have message 2 here. So this block I'm gonna delete. This block here I'm gonna delete. Yes. Okay. Let the body be the same color. Let's use different color for the body. Let's use, for example, light blue, something like this. This one. I'm gonna copy this one, and I'm gonna change this one. Paste. Yes. Save now. This is the maths now. This is the maths. I come back. Previous. Choose. Let's upload. Test. Yes, light blue. It is the same, this color. Yes, it's the same. Yet, the test of this page, actually, the question is asking us to create a website. It's not a page. So the first page has to give us a link to the second page. What does it mean? Means from here, from this page here, where we created the PHP welcome message or messages, we have to add a new link to open the second page, which is this page, the maths. From the home, University of Lisbon home, we have to open the maths. And from here, we have to come back. Let's add the links. I'm going to add a PHP link. See here, new echo. Yes. Here, I'm going to add the link, actually, tag, which is the A. I'm going to close. Yes, here. I'm going to say here, next. Next, okay. To do so, href tag equals single quotation, in between here the name of the second page, which is maths.php, the same name here, the same name, maths.php. I'm going to type it here, maths.php. I'm going to say, I'll upload this page, this University of Lisbon home again. Come back, previous. I'll upload the University of Lisbon home page again. Yes, here it is, upload, test. Here is the next. When I click the next, see here we are inside the University of Lisbon home. When I click the next, yes, has been changed to maths. Means it works very fine. Inside the maths, I'm gonna add a link to return me back. To do so, let's open the maths. Here it is. Inside the PHP here, I'm gonna add an echo here, double quotation, semicolon. It's an A, and here I'm going to say back. We have to add the href with space, single quotation, equal, sorry, equal single quotation. The same name of the page we want to come back to, which is this name here. The same spelling, UON home H capital dot PHP. That's right. Here, after the double quotation, single quotation, UON home dot PHP, and close the single quotation. Yes, save now. Let's upload this maths again. Here it is, previous, upload, maths, sorry, maths, here it is, upload it, test, here is the back. When I click it, home. Next, when I click it, maths, back, next, back. So it works very fine. Now I have two pages, they are related to each other. Next, home, using the PHP. We are doing this using PHP only. We are integrating the HTML links or hyperlinks inside the PHP. Next, the maths now, the maths page has to have to help the user to do calculations. So number one plus number two equals how much? Number one minus number two what's how much? And so on. Let's create this form. Number one, number two, and the result. Before this block, I'm going to add simple HTML. I'm going to add simple HTML form here. Form action equal nothing and close this form because equal itself. equal نفسها equal نفس الصفحة. I'm going to say maths PHP. The action, the event, when I click the sum, the result of the sum or the division or whatever, where it would be the result in the same page, the action. So here I'm going to add an input tag, sorry, an input tag type equal number equal text. Let's use equal, let's say text equal text, name equal I'm going to say number one. It's enough. And then after number two also, I'm going to copy paste. Okay, sorry. Okay. Next, number two here, the name, number two. And then after result. Type. Great. Then I close the form. I close the form. It's an HTML. Just close like this way. So file save. Let's test. Let's upload it again. Come back. Yes, here actually, because we clicked the link so many times. Previous. Choose the file maths. Upload it. Test. Number one, I'm going to say 4. Number two, 5. Result. How to get the result. There have to be a button. When I click the button, when I click sum or calculate or do or go, we have to get the result. Let's do that. I'm going to add the button. So do the button here inside the form. I'm going to add. It's an input type equal submit. I'm going to put it in between double quotations also. Name equal result or res is enough. Res, that's it. Value equal go. Okay, so the go here actually would be displayed in the button on top. Save, file save. Let's upload it again. Not the home, sorry, not the home. It's the maths. Is this the maths? Yeah. Upload, test. Here it is. Go. Now, number one, 6, number two, 7. Go. Nothing happens. Let's see here the numbers they have been submitted to us. The numbers they are submitted to us. Here they are: number one equal, number two equal, result equal. He's not saying anything. Let's do that. Let's finish the work now. Let's finish the work. To do so, we have to read what we have to submit from here. Number one, how much we have to read it, and we have to read what we have to submit. Number two, and we calculate. For example, the sum. Let's do sum. I'll change the go to sum. Sum. Okay. I'll save. Test it very quickly. Previous. Here's the file. Math. Upload. Test it. Yes, the sum. When I give any number, sum, let's give me the sum here. We have to read what we have to submit, and we read it here. So see, the numbers they have been submitted here. See, I'm gonna change different numbers. 9, 8. I'm gonna submit. Number one is 9. Number two is 8. Submit. Now number one is 9. Number two is 8. So he reads the values. How to use them now? How to use them? Let me show you how to use them using PHP only. What we did so far, is we submitted a form, these values, let's say form values, we submitted to the web page named maths. Why math? Because here it is. We said that the maths would receive what this form, sorry, come back, what this form has to submit. Great. What are the things to be submitted? Number one, number two, and result. The result we are not going to submit, but we are going to use to calculate the sum of those two numbers, number one and number two. So we will read the number one plus the number two, and we'll display the sum here. Yes? See what I'm going to say? Inside of this input, I'm going to add another another block, not tag. It is a PHP view. I'm going to start here the same syntax. Expecting. See where I'm writing. See the place where I'm writing the PHP. Here, echo. I'm going to show you something, and then after I'll tell you how to calculate the addition. Echo number one. What is the name? Number one. I'm going to copy it. Semicolon. Semicolon. I'll stop here. We will have an error, and I'll tell you how to fix it. I have to make you see what is the error first. Come back. Previous. Let's upload it again. Let's test it. Excuse me for a second, please. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Just let me continue where I was stopped. Actually, I forgot. Yeah, let's test. Let's test this file, the maths again. Upload. Uploaded. Okay, test. Okay, I'm gonna say any number, any number. Sum. Number one. Number two. But nothing happened here. Nothing happened here. Here we have to have the result here. Why? Because there is something missing. We do not read the number one, for example, or the number two like this. So we have to read it with the format. The number one is written in the title. The title. Let's say, let's exactly write how we read it from the title. Actually, we are going to get it. So I'm going to say underscore get, in between square parenthesis single quotation, the name of the variable I need to get. So I close it here. Right here. Very easy. That's it. Now I added this get underscore dollar underscore get. This is the syntax how to read from the title. I'm going to save only. I'm going to save only and test again. Maths, upload it, test. Okay. Any number, for example, 4, 7. 4 plus 7, actually. The number one is 4. Let's sum. Nothing happened still. Number one is 4. Number two is 7. Let's say. Yeah, exactly. There is something missing, actually, because we are not going to write immediately here. We're going to write in the value of this text box. The value of this text box is this number. So here, before of this number, I'm going to add value equal concatenation. Here, the value is in between double quotations. And I'm linking. We saw last class how to link a variable to a value. We saw this, so we know. The variable here we are reading it from the title, and the value here is a string we are writing. It's the value property. The value we receive this value. Let's say the variable will receive this. The value will receive this variable. Let's test again. Previous. Choose. Upload. Test. Yeah. For submit. Yes. Here it appears now. Let's choose another number. 9, 7, 9, number one. Number one. Let's no 9 is still here. Let's submit. Yes. Number one is 9. Yes, it is 9. It works very fine now. It works very fine. We don't want to have the number one. We want to make the sum. Number one plus number two. Number one plus number two. Let's do that. So to do so, here, copy paste. I'm going to copy this block. Copy. Here, plus number two. I'm going to change this one number two. Very easy, but it will not give you the result. Let's see. So see now. We are making a math calculation. Save. Test. Previous. Choose the file. Upload. Number one, any number. Number two, any number. Sum. 4 plus 4 is 8. I told you it will not work. Why? Because we do not do calculations inside the value. We have to modify it in correct syntax. See, I'm going to cut those two things here. I'm going to cut. And before the input, I'm going to open PHP. Close the PHP. I'm going to say $sum equals here $get number one $get number one plus $get number two semicolon plus inside the PHP. It is inside the PHP block. And here I'm going to say here concatenate what? $sum. $sum. Very easy. File, save. I'm going to test. maths, upload, test, number 1 6, number 1 2 7, 6 plus 7 13. Let's test 13, 5 5 10, 8 plus 2, 8 plus, let's say, 4, 12, 12. It works very fine now. It works very fine. 7 plus 5 still is 12. Is the same number. When I say 10 plus 500, 510. Let's say 1000 plus 99, 1099. It works very fine. There is no problem at all. So I'll stop at this level. I need you actually to do the same practice, and I need you to do for the subtraction, division, or multiplication, and submit me in the email. Actually, send me all the results, the outputs, plus the script you do in email. Actually, just for one final preview for your reference only. Remember that we started the thing actually through the University of Nizwa. So we have to start our website. And the task 2 is we start from the the home page, upload it, test. From here we start. The next, it opens us this interface. Then from here we come back. So next we have any numbers. Our calculator, some 9 plus 4 is 13. So this is 13. If we want to come back, we come back. Yes. So our website works very fine. 8 plus 7, some 15. It works very fine. Yes, so it works very fine. I'll submit you the video just in a while for now.